What is up, my hoes? Despite what you may have heard, I am pretty damn stupid. I've done a lot of things in my life that have proven that the human IQ can be in the negative, and I'm gonna tell you about some of those things. So I'm kind of putting myself on blast here, but hopefully you guys can learn from my mistake so you don't end up like me. I did loads of stupid shit when I was a kid, but there is one really dumb thing I did when I was a kid that I can always remember. When I was about 6, I was shopping with my mom at the local Walmart, and we had just finished gathering our groceries and were paying for them. But we had a lot of groceries to bag, but I wasn't just gonna sit there and do nothing. And as I was looking around for something to entertain my goldfish attention span, I saw one of those ice fridge/freezer things. And being the ignorant first grader I was, I just walked over, opened the door, and hopped in. While inside of the freezer, it was the coolest thing ever. Not only figuratively, but literally, they kept that shit ice cold for a reason. My amazement was short-lived though, because once the freezer door shut and I realized it was locked from the inside, I lost my shit. I immediately started bawling my eyes out and pounding on the door, screaming for my mommy. Thankfully, the cashier that was ringing us up saw me in there and was like, "Hey, your kid's being a moron." And my mom quickly rescued me from my own ineptitude. But that was definitely one of the dumbest things I've done for sure. And it might explain a lot since the cold might have gotten to my thinker more than I thought. As bad as hopping in the ice freezer at Walmart is, it is definitely not the dumbest thing I've done. The dumbest thing I've ever done was scamming my parents out of thousands of dollars. Now, I know it sounds bad, and it is, but I didn't know it was as bad as it was at the time. Still doesn't excuse it though. I was definitely a little shit for doing it. So, my mom has a sickness that can be hereditary, which makes it so you can only eat very specific food, and it can cause stomach pain as well. Well, when I was 13, I devised a plan to get more attention and get out of school. And that plan was to fake having the same sickness my mom had. So that's exactly what I did. For the next year, I ate only certain foods, fake cried, and acted like I was in extreme pain just to get out of school and get some attention. And my parents took me to the doctor a lot since they thought I was in extreme pain. But at the time, I didn't know how much going to the doctor costed, and I was unknowingly costing my parents thousands. Eventually, I realized that maybe I shouldn't be lying about a serious health condition for attention, and I came clean to my parents. Reasonably, I was grounded for a year, but at least I had a clean conscience. But not all the stupid things I've done ended up in me getting grounded for a year. Some of them just ended up in public embarrassment. One time, when I used to work at a cafe, a customer came up to me and was like, "Hey, I think this chair might be broken." And I looked at the chair, and my mind was like, "Alright, bet." And I just sat on the chair, and it broke, causing me to fall on my ass. For some reason, my mind, in that moment, thought the only way to see if the chair was broken was to just sit on the damn thing. And that's why I did. And yeah, I fell on my arse and legit had to have the customer help me up from the ground. But at least I knew the chair was broken for sure. So that's some top tier customer service right there, if I don't say so myself. Sitting on a broke chair isn't as stupid as lying to your parents or trying to become a human popsicle, but it's still kind of stupid. I guess what I'm trying to say is that there are like levels of stupid shit I've done. It's not just a linear line of stupid. They're stupid as in endangering yourself/others. They're stupid as in bad ideas like lying or selling illegal substances. And then there's the Paleolithic era caveman stupid stuff that's just like the definition of dumb. And oh boy, when I was a kid, I did a lot of the caveman level of stupid stuff. And I really mean caveman. Cavemen liked rocks a lot, and so did I. I liked them so much, in fact, that I would just sit on the porch as a kid and swallow pebbles that I found. Yeah, I would just go outside, sit in front of our house, pick up the pebbles on the ground, and swallow them as a pastime. And I have no clue how I never had to get taken to the hospital or anything because of it. It definitely has had some long-term effects, if you know what I mean. But I didn't just swallow rocks as a kid either. I swallowed other shit too. There was this one time I was just in my room and I was looking around, you know, probably for something to do, and I spotted a marble on my dresser. And in that moment, as I gazed at that marble, I thought to myself, what if I swallowed that marble? And I was determined to figure out the answer to that question. So I grabbed the marble and I downed that little round bastard. Right after I swallowed it, I realized that I had made a big oopsie, and I went into the living room where my mom and my brother was, and for some reason, I remember my brother telling me that we were having pumpkin pancakes for dinner, but that's not important. What's important is that I told my mom that I swallowed a marble, and she immediately started performing the Heimlich on me, but I didn't cough it up, so they just took me to the ER. I was fine though, it was all good. The doctor gave me a popsicle, and I found out the answer to my question. Unfortunately, we did not have pumpkin pancakes for dinner that night. But even though my marble swallowing question was answered, it was still a pretty stupid idea. And I mean, as a kid, you have a lot of stupid ideas. And one of my stupidest ideas I had was in kindergarten. While in class, I got the idea that I should tie my shoelaces together and see what would happen. Maybe I thought it would impress the chicks, or maybe I wanted to prove my self-worth by maneuvering around with tied shoelaces. But somehow, I was able to tie my shoelaces together and move around for the last hour of class without anyone noticing. I have no clue how nobody noticed, but nobody said a damn thing when I was just hobbling around the classroom. But eventually somebody did notice. On the bus ride home, nobody noticed that I had tied my shoelaces until I got off the bus. And I'm not sure if you know this, but trying to hobble down the bus aisle and off of the bus stairs with tied shoelaces is not easy. And my bus driver noticed that I had tied my shoelaces together, and she drilled me for it. She got so mad at me for tying my shoelaces together, bro. You might have thought I killed someone with how much she was scolding me. And after the scolding, I hobbled off the bus and waddled over to my mom, crying my eyes out since I had tied my shoelaces together. That was a sad day for me. I must have had a fascination with my shoes though, because I did other dumb shit that involved them too. On the way to school, on the bus, I would show off to the other kids. Not by doing some magic tricks or anything. Instead, I would just lick the bottom of my shoes. I would put my tongue against the bottom of my dirty ass shoes that I walked on all day through dirt, doo-doo in the cafeteria. And I thought it would impress the other kids. It didn't. They just thought I should be institutionalized. To be honest, I probably should. Because, man, I was a weird kid, bro. But yeah, those are some of the dumbest things I've done in my life, and I hope that you've learned from my lessons and won't be an idiot like me. And if you'd like to know more about why I should probably be institutionalized, you can check out my video about my crazy dreams here. And as always, thank you for watching to the end, my hoes, and you can expect more peak content soon. Okay, bye.